This is the Scrap Metal Commodities Recycling Report by BENLEE, Roll-Off Lugger, and Open-Top Trailers, and Raleigh Goldsboro Metal Recycling, Monday, August 15th, 2016. In this report, last week, commodity prices were mixed, and Wall Street had its first trifecta since 1999. U.S. steel production rose a bit last week, for the first time in about a month, reflecting the continued slow but positive growth of the U.S. economy. Oil prices closed up a big 7% for the week to about $45 a barrel on news of OPEC considering a freeze. This makes oil up about 6% for the year, though. The oil rig count rose yet again, which remains good news for jobs and steel mills. The count is at its highest level in about 6 months. Again, good news. But in reality, it is still down about 75% from where it was about 22 months ago. Saudi Arabia's oil production hit a new all-time high last month as they drive for increased market share at the expense of profits, though. And their oil rig count is actually up 15%. In the same period, ours is down 75%. U.S. oil production ending May continued to fall due to low prices bring low profits, so production is reduced. Iron ore fell about 2% for the week and ended Thursday at about $61 a metric ton. In the last month, it's up about 1.5 and 6% in the last year, yet well above the $37 per metric ton of about 9 months ago. Scrap steel prices remain steady. There remains major amounts of low-priced scrap coming in from Europe, export sales are weak, and scrap metal substitute production continues strong. This means there is only moderate demand for U.S. scrap metal. So combined with moderate incoming of scrap into scrap yards, this could bring stable prices in the months to come. Hot rolled coil prices declined a bit, but remain fairly high. Fair production levels and fair demand seem to be in balance. We continue to see somewhat stable stainless 304 scrap prices on no real change in demand or supply. Copper rose midweek, but ended the week at the lowest point in about 5 weeks at $2.14 a pound. Yet looking at the 5-year copper chart, we see copper prices are where they were, actually, since last November. Aluminum finished up for the week at about 74.3 cents, with demand remaining just okay and production remaining offline in many areas, so prices are actually rising slightly. The aluminum 5-year inventory chart remains telling the same story. Inventories are falling, so with prices trending up, more production will come online to stabilize prices. U.S. retail sales were flat last month. They're a major driver of the U.S. economy. Gasoline prices actually fell, so if you exclude gasoline, sales were actually up about 0.2%. Automobiles, furniture, and online sales were bright spots in spending, while sales fell for clothing, building materials, garden equipment, electronics, service stations, and restaurants and bars. Initial unemployment claims were mostly steady last week at about 266,000, making this the 75th week in a row of under 300,000, which is a key indicator of a good job market. This is the first time since 1970, 46 years ago, that there have been 75 weeks in a row of fewer than 300,000 initial claims. Clearly, very, very good news. The Dow Jones Industrial Average hit an all-time high last week on the same day as the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ also hit all-time new highs. This is the first trifecta, as it is called, since 1999. This could help spending due to high prices, make people feel wealthy, so they spend. More spending brings a better economy and higher prices. Congratulations to Sims Metal Management and OmniSource on implementing a win-win transaction that has Sims assets in Memphis and Mississippi moving to OmniSource. Personally, I'd like to welcome Chris Costanza to our recycling operations in North Carolina. Chris will be leading our commercial efforts in Raleigh and Goldsboro, as well will be supporting our yard operations. Lastly, we're announcing our second annual BENLEE Safety and Operations Forum that will be held on September 15th. This free 4-hour hands-on training session reviews all aspects of safety and operations of roll-off trailers and trucks. Call or email Tiffany at BENLEE to register. With that, we hope all have a safe and profitable week. My name is Greg Brown.